fall where it may. And I'm going to hope that maybe these politicians, even if they're funded by money, must have some love for God and country in their hearts. I am not alone. Yes.
Ma'am, Jonathan po from Business Mirror.
Yes, Jonathan.
I'm just wondering what's the estimated time of recovery or return on investment if we, shift from mining to
Jonathan, you know what's interesting to note is that for whatever money that we have gained from the mining, the net income, because the net income, okay, the net income of the mining, 82% goes to mining. Okay? Out of that 82%, 95% of that goes away from the local economy. Now, money.
Ma'am, how about the government revenue? Because if it calls for 50% of the nickel production, how can the government earn from tourism and other?
How can the government earn?
Yes.
From tourism?
How much projection or what's your projected income from ecotourism and?
Okay, I'm going to show you something. No, go to the. Okay, so let me just show area development. Okay, this is where we have. When you develop an area, you develop the people. This means the values, love. We commit to social, to the environment. And then this is what DNR is doing. Okay, so these are our performance indicators. Happiness, health, peace and order, drugs, environment. We'll know that we're doing the right thing because we will measure here. All right, now, I just want to show you this because you were talking about money. Jonathan, look at this. Here, we put in 3.9 million pesos in an area because this is when I was in ABS Pano. We saw it. It was, it had a surfing area. And at that time, with the money that I had, I put 3.9. December to 10 months, we hit 4. Banat na, Jonathan. We got the money back. Okay, their salaries is 758. Bakit? Magandang Pilipinas. Look at this. We put in 2.7. In 10 months, I can't read that. I mean, we put in 1.7. Banat na. Jonathan, in less than 10 months, we already got 2.7. This is in later because we got 1 billion pesos from the Yolanda funds donated to ABS. I spent 400 million on relief and 600 million on rehab. We bought bancas and things like that. And then we invested this way. Jonathan, look at this. The government earns, hello, the community is earning 1.5. For me, I prefer that, You look at the gross macro numbers, but the fact that community is earning 1.5. Okay, look at this. My eyes are bad. Okay, we put 4.2 in from, this is in Sohoton. This Sohoton is better than gold. The biodiversity, my God, the caves there are spectacular. So we put in 4.2. From December to November, we already hit 2.9. What are their salaries? 1.5. These are really, really poor people. Wait, I'll just show you all. Here. Look at this. This is a surf camp in Sorsogon. This is spectacular. We put in 291,000 in 10 months. 10 months, Jonathan, they're hitting 1.8. They were out of school youth. Guess what? They're back in school. We saw the beauty of the place. We invested very little. And then look what happened. Okay, one last, I'll just show you. Here, we put in 770,000 in less than a year. We hit 970. The salaries are 642,000. I think you know about Ugong Rock, I put in 1 million, they're hitting 22 million. This one, they're hitting 6 million. The Vaqueros are earning 10,000 pesos every week. Every week. And they have 1 million pesos in the bank. This is my La Mesa, and I want you to know that this is where we want to put the NGP program. Because the NGP program has spent 30 billion. I don't see, saan pumunta yung pera? Okay, here we put in 101 million in the La Mesa watershed. We're hitting 43 million every year. Okay, now your question was, what is your question?
The government, how much can the government earn from converting these areas from mining into ecotourism?
Okay, so my answer to that, Jonathan, the government is not a business. Okay, the government is for the people. So you're not spending money to make money. You're not a business. You're spending money to help the people. If you spend money here and they have salaries and they have less poverty, that's what's important, not the money you get back, but the welfare of the people. So I don't think we should operate business like how much you get back. You get back money and nagdudusa ang tao.
I agree with you, ma'am, but my concern is the government, the Congress is looking for a lot of
But that's why government exists, Jonathan. Jonathan, the government is not existing to be a business. The government is existing to do service to the people. If by the investments you do, you get our people out of poverty, you eradicate homelessness, you bring on healthier people, that's what the government should do. It's not a business. So I don't think you should think we're the government who get back money. We're not supposed to get back money. You're supposed to serve the people. That's why the taxpayers' money, that's how the taxpayers' money should be used.
Yeah, I understand. That's why I'm asking how much the government can get from these taxes, tourism tax.
I have no idea, like the taxes. This is, okay, what do you call this? Can you go into the thing of the macro, like how much money is earned by mining and tourism? You know what I'm talking about, those two circles. Okay, go ahead. All right, Jonathan, look at this. Over the years, the income of mining is 74 billion. Okay, I think the expenses, can you go to those slides, Christian? You have to go quickly, okay? The income of mining is 74 billion. The expenses is, I think, 35 billion. And then the net is, this is from the BIR. I think I don't lie as a matter of principle. Christian, can you go a little faster? Selena, can you help Christian?
Madam,
Wait. I just wanna answer. I just wanna answer. Can you help me? You know what I'm looking for? It's the mining study.
Madam, while we wait, pwede bang i-clarify lang what happened to the remaining miners that were announced for suspension or for closure?
The remaining miners.
Yes po, kasi we have a total of, we have 41 operating mines and then ilan lang po nandito? 25.
We put up the list. There's one that's deferred because I want to go there and then make sure that we're making the right decision. And then there's 13 that passed. 13 that passed. I'll put out the list.
Ano po yung 30? From...
Okay, so for suspension is Berong, Oceana Gold, Lepanto, City Nickel, or One Asia, and Strong Build Mining. And we're giving them 3 to 6 months to get their act together. If they get their act together, then they can mine, and then I'll use their SDNP funds for it. Okay. Then for closure, okay, these were the mines that passed. Felix, Rio Tuba, and I've been there. It's really good. No? They have a hospital, they have a school, they have Carmen Copper, Kajanao Mining, Taganito, Greenstone, Pilsaga, Apex, Pacific Nickel, Agata, Century, and SRMI. Okay, so just look at this, huh? Jonathan! Okay, look. We are the 5th most mineralized country in the world. The 3rd biggest gold reserves, 4th biggest copper, 5th biggest nickel, top nickel producer. What has it given us? This is BIR, huh? 0.7% of GDP, 6% of total exports, 0.6 of total employment, 0.6. Mining is not labor intensive. It's capital intensive, not even 1%. And then 0.004% government revenue. Okay, Jonathan, look at this. Okay, 74 billion total revenue, 38 billion expenses, 35 billion net, Out of this 35 billion, 82% goes to them. Okay? And out of this 82%, 95% goes out of the local economy. So who's benefiting here? And then 6 billion goes to the country. And out of this 6 billion, very little goes to the community. So look at this. Okay, Jonathan, look at this. You're asking where the taxes go. In the same period, the mining industry has given 82.4 billion. In that same period, tourism has given 982 billion. Okay, mining has given 235,000 jobs. In that same period, tourism has given 4.7 million jobs. And we have only scratched the surface. There's bonsai forest, there's enchanted river. When you have tourism, you have to cook for the tourists, so it beefs up agriculture, the hotel, the industries, the handicrafts, the transportation. You jack up the local economy. Look at Boracay. You know how much money is floating in Boracay? 20 billion pesos, one island. Jonathan, you want to ask about money? Boracay is one island and it's 20 billion pesos money floating around there. And actually, I don't like Boracay because, because the people of Boracay didn't benefit. Yung tao dyan na taga Boracay, yung mga kulot, saan sila? Nandun sila sa bundok. So I don't care about the money. You know, so 20 billion, who cares 20 billion? Sino may pakinabang sa 20 billion? Hindi yung taga Boracay. Yung gusto ko dapat yung taga-isla, doon sila may pakinabang.
Thank you very much, ma'am, but the question is not...
You're asking about the economy.
Just to explain my side, ma'am, the question is not just for the... Well, it's for the appreciation of the people of what will happen. It's not just because of the, you know...
Well, that's what's gonna happen.
So that's,
you know,
that's why we need to know that so that we can report about it.
I want to adopt an area development approach, the objective being the well-being of the people in that area. And we will pull all stops to make that happen. I'll use the money that we have in DNR. And I'll use the partnerships we have.
But can we have a copy of the PowerPoint so that we can write about it?
Yeah, sure. Yes, what's your name? Okay.
You mentioned for the companies that are up for closure can appeal to the president. Can you please enlighten us on the process kung paano po yun? Kasi i-close down na ba agad or...
Well, the closure becomes final when the president says it is. Because as it is, usually they can appeal them. And then if the president says, yeah, it really shouldn't be, then it really isn't. But it's much more difficult to address a closure than a suspension. And my interest in the closure is that if it closes, I can use the rehab fund. Then I can really heal the hurt. But until it's closed, it's limited what I can do because the area continues to be like that. You know, I mean the silt is there and everything. Now, if I close it, then the pictures that Mark showed you, is Mark still here? I don't leave. If the pictures that Mark showed you, we can make that happen. We can bring in social justice and we can bring on an economy which will benefit the people living there.
So right.
You're gonna present this to the president?
I've showed it to him, not the whole thing, no, because we just finished midnight last night. Yeah, but I have told him what's gonna happen. And he has to know everything. No?
So right.
Just to pursue the point, why the order of closure is being handed down? They're not closed immediately. They continue to operate.
No, they should. They should close unless they appeal.
Unless they appeal.
Yeah.
So if you order them closed now and they appeal tomorrow, they could continue to operate tomorrow. That's the process.
Unless they appeal. If they don't appeal, they have to close.
We're trying to understand the process of it.
Right, understand.
So why not suspend them just immediately?
Because if you suspend them, number one, it's also making a statement, you know, that water is important. I mean, 15 of these mines are in watersheds. Since when is a mining company gonna make more important than the water our people drink? You know, and why, since when is the money that the mining company make more important than the quality of life of our people, why are we, every mining company in a watershed is putting the lives of the people there at risk? Is it right? Why should we even put their lives at risk?
I'm just trying to get to the problem.
Yeah, I'm just saying it's making a statement. Because I'm doing the mining audit, and you know, politics is so unpredictable. You never know what's going to happen. And right now that I'm DNR secretary, I want to make the statement.
So when do you hand them the closure order?
Oh, we already did.
So they're closed now,
We gave it 2 days ago.
2 days ago. So
Yeah.
they're basically no operation is now, no mining operation in those.
Well, they shouldn't be operating unless they appeal. If they don't appeal, then they should stop operating. If they continue to operate, it's illegal. Then that's double whammy. They're breaking the law.
And then you mentioned 235,000 jobs.
By the mining industry over the years.
Not just the 42, not just the 42, not just the 41, but the other mining companies.
No, I'm saying the mining industry has generated 82 billion. Christian, can you put it back? The mining industry has generated 82 billion pesos over the time period and 225,000 jobs. In contrast to that, in that same period, the tourism industry has generated. Can you put it back?
What I'm trying to get is how many job losses are they expecting because of the closure? Kasi hindi naman yun.
Okay, when I was in Marrakesh, what they showed very clearly is that when you go environmental, it's not really a job loss, it's a transformation of the kind of jobs you have. And in fact, the studies show us that a green economy actually creates more jobs. We're not going to close down the jobs, you'll have more jobs, but at least people won't get sick. So it means transforming the way we uplift our economy. And my conviction is that an economic development paradigm which seeks to extract to the detriment of the people living there is not the way for the Philippines to go. It has given us nothing. I really feel, and I will say this again because it's important, that an area development approach with the benefit of the people living there as the prime reason for being is our way out of poverty. I'm convinced about this. And I feel doing it this way will give us better GDP, will jack up, it will even jack up the stock market. But we gotta do it the right way. We have to make the right choices. Because as it is, the mineral land, as you see, is also in ecotourism areas. Okay, so you have gold, you have nickel, you have everything there, but you have also something really beautiful. So choose. Choose. Yeah.
On the amphibian permits,
Ayan.
the suspended mining operations, what do they need to do?
They need to fix their system so that they stop silting the river. Yeah, and then there are a lot of complaints from the public there. They have to address that also.
Ma'am, bakit closure nga pala kasi yung order? Kasi James Galvez po. Kasi di ba yung mga previous audit, ang mga ganyang klaseng violation entails fines and penalties. Bakit ngayon closure kagad?
Because as a matter of principle, you really shouldn't have mines in a watershed. I mean, because the suspension means they can operate again. But I don't think you should ever operate a mine in a watershed. That's water.
Then why is it approved by the MGB in the first place?
Well, they made a mistake, and because they made a mistake, I'm not going to continue it. If somebody says something stupid, then I'm going to follow them. I have my own principles and my own understanding of the Constitution. And if somebody has made a mistake in the past, I'm not going to follow that mistake. I would rather rectify it.
Are you going to refund the investments by the mining companies? Kasi
They've already made so much money naman. And they've caused so much suffering. Tama na, no? I mean, James, I think the interest should be our people. More than, I mean, those guys that are mining are already very, very rich. You know, it's just extra money for them. So stop it already, you know? If you want to make money helping keep our country up. If we don't have the right psychology in this country, our country will never come up. Why? Because money is more important than anything else. Okay lang, magdudusa sa ang pinaka-importante ang pera. Why? Ang kaligayahan ng tao ay pinaka-importante, and that's the way government should run.
One clarification. You said those who were closed can appeal to the president. So when they file their appeal with the president, they can start operating again.
Why it's on appeal?
while it's an appeal,
Yeah.
right? So, why not suspend them? Why close
Because,
them?
darling, I'm making a statement. You can't have mining in a watershed.
It's the same process with
No, it's not the
suspension.
same process. When you suspend it, you're saying if they fix it up, which I said with the other 6, if you fix it up, they can operate again. I'm saying you shouldn't operate because it's a watershed. It's the water of our people. Where are you from?
Here,
Where?
Manila, QC.
Okay.
Madam,
You know, when I ask the people there in the mine, where are you from? Laguna. Why? Bakit ka dito sa Dingahan?
but Madam, are you expecting the President to come up with an immediate review?
This is what I know about the president. Okay, this is what I know about the president, and this is what I've experienced with the president. He really loves the Filipino people, and he really does not want people to suffer, and he's really matapang. And so when I know, and I'm confident that when he makes any decision that he will make, it will be for the common good.
Ma'am, last, can we have a copy of the recommendation of the MGB Review Committee with regards to sa lahat ng mining operations? Kasi parang may
For
initiatives or
whatever
something
the MGB has done, the MGB is under me, and the MGB is recommendatory to the cabinet secretary. So at the end of the day, I make the decisions. They have their only play here is to recommend. But the mining audit was done on July, and then their committee was in action, and they took so long. It took 6 months. I said, I'm not going to wait anymore. You know, because if you keep things hanging, it's not also good for the investor. You say yes, no, then finish. Why do you keep them hanging? It's not honest to them also. And and this is what Duterte likes. He doesn't like when papers go really slow. And MGP has been really slow. I'm not happy with them at all.
This decision, the decision has nothing to do with the recommendation?
I'm saying that MGP is recommendatory. But at the end of the day, I look at the recommendations and I visited the mine sites myself and I visited the people myself, and then I use my judgment on what is the best thing to do.
Can we have
They're in no authority and in any position to make decisions. They are recommendatory.
Yes, ma'am. Can we have a copy of their recommendations?
I'm going to think about it because if I don't agree with it, then I'm not going to give it to you. Because I don't agree with it, so why will I give it to you? If it's not resonant with the principles on which DNR runs, and it's not consonant with my own observations of my going there, why would I give it to you? I don't agree with it.
Could you just give us a flavor of based on the recommendations of the MGB? Sabi niya, it's not resonant with yours.
No, I'm saying if it's not resonant,
It's no longer it now because you've already decided to close it. So they've already made
yeah,
recommendations.
so then whatever they did has no value because I've made my decision. So I am not. What's important here is the decision I make as cabinet secretary, not the recommendations.
So why?
So I don't want to show you the recommendations, whatever it may be. I don't have to have you privy to the processes on which I make my decisions. What I'm sharing with you are the principles on which I stand by. And I truly hope that you share the same principles because you're Filipino. Okay, and I'm not going to show you the things because I don't want anything complicated and I don't want to rock the boat. Just leave it already, okay? I've made my decision and accept it. So that's what you write about. Now don't try to make things complicated.
So paano ma'am po na-delay pa when you can recommend naman pala kagad the closure immediately last month?
Well, because we
3 months
wanted to
ago?
follow due process. But if you take too long, I'm not gonna wait forever.
And then you
So
didn't
we're
follow
giving
the due process kasi you decided and then wala pa yung complete audit.
I'm giving them a chance to fulfill their responsibilities. If they take long, I'm gonna take action.
Ma'am, after this 41, how many more companies are in existence? And are they all compliant?
There are 12 that passed. I have a question. You're all Filipinos, right? You're all Filipinos. Do you agree with what I say that the Filipinos should be enjoyed by the Philippines? The Philippines should be enjoyed by the Filipinos. What's your name?
Me?
Yeah, your name.
Rose.
Rose. Do you agree with my statement that the Filipinos should enjoy the resources and Dinagat, the people from Dinagat should enjoy the beauty that is in Dinagat?
Yeah.
Okay, good. Because that's what I believe. You believe that the people of Surigao should enjoy the resources of Surigao? Rose, do you agree?
Yeah.
Okay. Do you believe that if there's any action there which takes away from Dinagat, such that the few benefit to the detriment of Dinagat, do you believe that that should not be allowed? Of course. Do you believe? Yes, why should we allow anything so that the people of Dinagat will suffer? That's their resource. I'm just asking for social justice. This is mandated by the Constitution, and it's mandated by the Bible, and it's mandated by God and all religions.
So, ma'am,
That's all.
just a question. If the president asks you for the recommendation of the SCP, you won't give it.
If the president can ask, whatever the president asks, I will give him whatever, di ba? But you're the press.
No, ma'am, but we have
And the press can be very complicated.
Yes,
The
ma'am.
president can ask you what, of course I will
the
give you whatever
president
you
has
want.
issued an FOI directly to everyone.
We have a department administrative order that interim process documents need not be shared to the public. But of course, we will give.
Yeah, no, but
No, if the president asks for it, I will.
I'm just trying to follow the process.
What's your name?
It's Narani.
From
It's
where?
Narani from Davao. I'm just trying to follow the process. I'm not trying to argue. We're trying to follow the process. Now, there's a directive from your office that says you cannot share it.
Interim. Kunyari, review committee
I'm
decision.
under no
interim.
obligation to let you know what's happening here.
So, but if it goes to the office of the
I'm
president-
under no obligation to let you know what's happening here. If the president asks for it, I am under obligation to give it to you. All right, any other questions?
Ma'am, nabanggit po niyo yung
I'm sure you. Yes, let's ask. Ayun.
Felix Tambo, ma'am, DCRJ.
Okay.
Pag nabanggit niyo, ma'am, yung paggamit ng rehabilitation fund. So,
I can't use it, I think, unless it's final.
sa area development approach. So,
I can't use it until it's
Yes, ma'am.
final.
so, are you also considering the final man rehabilitation fund of every company?
Excuse me?
Kinokonsidera na rin ho ba niyo yung plano ng bawat kumpanya yung kanilang final man rehabilitation fund? Plan.
No, I want to go area development. You know, some of them want to put
So,
up a
just
golf
using
course.
the fund.
Some of them want to put up a golf course. Hello? How will the people benefit from a golf course? No, I mean, what? No, I'm going to do area development. My interest is area development, not golf courses and not hotels. I want the Filipinos to benefit from the resources of these countries.
Sige.
Okay? Anything else? So I hope you agree.
Ma'am,
Yeah.
sorry. Janina lim po. What happened to Aria? You meant it
Ano,
was
it passed.
recommended for suspension initially.
No. It passed.
Initially, during the
Well, I went there. I told you I wanted to see myself. I went around. I saw the place. There was no siltation or anything there, and then so we passed it, no? Because I went around. I saw it myself.
So for all these months you went there,
I went around.
all these months.
Yeah.
Personally, ma'am, or you?
I went around. Did you see me with the chopper?
Chopper, ma'am, not visually on ground.
Well, you know, I mean, if you see siltation, what more do you need to see, no? I mean, you probably see more from the chopper than on the ground.
Ma'am, isn't siltation just a regular topsoil?
No, it is not. When you do siltation, you kill the marine resources and you kill the fish. James, okay? And you disadvantage the fishermen. You cannot silt. It's against the law. It's against regulation. If there's siltation of that level, that's going to affect the fishermen.
So for the record, ma'am, you flew over the mines.
I flew over the mines and I went down and talked to the community.
Ma'am, last one. You mentioned at the start of the audit that this will be very transparent. And now you do not want to give us the recommendations. Why are you contradicting such a process?
What very transparent?
The process of the audit, you did say that this will be transparent. You even said that there will be a website posting all your findings and
Because the press can be very, very complicated. And I've already made my decision. So in this point, I mean, in this point, I feel that would just complicate things.
just for the record, ma'am, so you did not take the recommendations, the MDG?
No, I'm just telling you, I don't want to talk about the process. I've already made my decision. I don't want to make any judgment or divulge anything on the MGB. I've made my decision. So, thank you.
Secretary Kathy Cruz, sir, Ma'am, Secretary Gina.
Yes.
It takes a lot of courage to stand for truth and
Where are you
right.
from, sweetie?
I'm from Crusaders Broadcasting System, DWA.
You're from Crusaders what?
1098 kHz, ma'am, DWA. Just 98.
That's a radio station.
Yes, it's a radio station owned by Castanyo, formerly Luna. Anyway, ma'am, I know it takes a lot of courage, no, to stand for truth and what is right. Alam po natin na mayaman, malakas, maimpluwensya ang mga ipinasarado nyo at ipinasuspinde nyo. Meron pa po bang ibang makakapagpabago? Ano po yung makakapagpabago sa inyong naging decision today? Sa lahat ng mga sinuspend ninyo at lalo na sa mga sinarado nyo.
What is your question? Like, can anything change my mind in the decisions made
Yes,
today?
particularly dun sa mga pinasarado nyo ngayon.
The decision on the watersheds is non-negotiable. You cannot, and you must not, and you should not have any mining which endangers the water supply of the Filipinos. No amount of money warrants the quality of life of the Filipino. I don't care about whatever. That's water. That's water. That's watershed. It should not be. It must not be. And in fact, we have made a policy in DNR that that we will have no extractive, no housing, no quarrying in any functional watershed. Even if it hasn't been proclaimed, it doesn't matter. If it functions as a watershed, you should not have anything there which endangers our water supply. All right. So thank you very much. I have affection for all you all. I hope you will write the truth. Otherwise, I won't call you anymore. Mabuhay ang Pilipinas!